Let us chant Om 3 times together. Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Gurave Namaha. I bow to God. I bow to all the divine incarnations. I bow to all the masters of all times and all places. I bow to my beloved Gurudev, and I bow to all of you and the entire creation. Om. Amen. Who has not seen the picture of Paramahansa Yogananda with beard? If anybody, raise up the hands. Yogananda with beard. Raise up the hands. Up. High up. Yogananda. Paramahansa Yogananda. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20. Up nearly. Oh God. Okay, now I am showing you. Could you see it? So it is written that this photo was taken shortly before he left India. So it is in 1920 when he was 27 years old or young. And he has a beard in the beginning, but his beard was not fully grown. So just now I came to know that today is the day, 103 years ago, Paramahansa landed in USA, in Boston. So I offer my love to him and also welcome to USA. Today is, according to the lunar calendar, is birthday of Lord Ganesha. Yesterday we coincidentally spoke about Lord Shiva and Mother Parvati. So Lord Ganesha, praying to Lord Ganesha to remove all the problems that we the human beings create and problems we face in our life. A question to all of you. I'll give you 2 pictures of Lord Krishna. Just imagine in mind, because I have no pictures to show. One picture is Lord Krishna with flute. The other is the picture of Lord Krishna with conch. I don't know how many of you have seen Lord Krishna blowing the conch. Those who have seen, raise up your hands. Quite a few, thank you. But some you might not have seen. So, out of the 2, which picture do you like? No, I didn't ask both. This or this, a vote. This is a democratic country. So these are the two, Lord Krishna with flute, Lord Krishna with conch. Wait, this thought came to me. That's why I'm telling you. This thought came to me when I was reflecting upon Lord Krishna. He was born, only 12 days ago. You'll say, what? Because his birthday was celebrated on 6th and 7th of September. So now today's 19th. So 12, 13 days ago. And he started working wonders few days after his birth. Few days. And the first wonder he worked, when Jesus was born, when 3 wise men came from east and had an encounter with King Herod. And King Herod told, if you find where this divine child is born, give me information, I will go to pay my respect. But it was not his, So what they did, they paid their respect to baby infant Jesus, and they went in another direction. They knew, and they directed that leave this place. And what King Herod did? Exactly the similar incident happened. History repeats. There is a proverb. History repeats. Somebody said, why does history repeat? The answer was, because we do not learn from history. That is why it repeats. Because in history, many blunders, many mistakes, many happenings which are unpleasant, painful. So it happened during time of Lord Krishna, it happened during time of Jesus, few thousands of years after, and history repeats. So however, Kamsa wanted to kill Krishna. And where is Krishna unknown? Kill all the babies. The same. And here Herod told the military, go and find wherever there is baby child, kill. Here, one lady was entrusted. You go with poisoned, and feed the babies and with your trick and kill them. Lord Krishna knew it. He knew why innocent babies will be killed. She come first to me. So in his, spiritual power or magnetism, he attracted her straight to his place. And he liberated. The baby liberating the mother. Do you know? So, however, Lord Krishna, 2 images I presented near you. One is flute, both are beautiful. I asked this question just to play with you. Both are beautiful and both has message for us. One message is the flute, both are sound creating. Flute is creating music, conch is creating sound. What is the symbolism behind it? What is the message? The flute, bamboo flute, represents our 7 chakras and the spine. Usually the bamboo flute, those who play the traditional flute, it has 6 holes to be closed and opened with these three middle fingers, and the lip on the 7th hole to blow. What does it mean? 6 holes to be closed and open at the 6 chakras, lower chakras, and the 7th, which is on the top, that is the place of divinity and cause of our breath. Playing the flute, bamboo flute, is inhaling and exhaling the breath. And closing and opening of these 6 holes to create music, disciplining life by bringing moderation, closing, opening, this chakra, this chakra, this chakra, this chakra. These chakras are useful. That is why it is given to us. Yes, one is completely detached. I'll not touch money. Beautiful. Thakur Ramakrishna Paramahansa did not touch money. Vivekananda, to test him, he was young, he was not that time Vivekananda, Naren, put some coins below his bed. When Thakur Ramakrishna sat down on the bed, as if scorpion sting, he got up, he said something wrong. I can't sit on this bed. So Naren took the coins out. He was testing. Yes, Thakur did not touch, but Thakur, and that is also, and to tell you about Thakur's life, Thakur asked Sarada Devi, do you know, I have to go. You have to stay. You have to do my role. And you have more work to do. Tell me, how much money do you need to maintain yourself? Can you imagine a kind-hearted, loving, caring husband, although he never touched money, is asking about money to his beloved, Ma Sarada Devi, how much do you need? And she's telling, 5 rupees will be enough. Something exact, maybe less, but say 5. Then Thakur is telling, Balaram Bose, Balaram will take care of you. He will provide what you need. And Balaram Bose did that. And just to tell you, Balaram Bose had his jamindari. He had, he was a big landlord, and he has his property in Odisha. And Sarada Devi came to Puri and stayed in his area of landlordship and spent many nights. So now it is a beautiful place. It is Kothar in Odisha. However, come back. We need money. Nothing wrong. When we live in family, we have to have children, we have to continue God's play, God's creation, nothing wrong. All these are needed in life. Food is needed for life. Do you know? Still now there is the sweet shop in Kolkata, from where sweet was coming for Thakur Ramakrishna. Till now that sweet shop is there, very famous. However, food is needed. Heart is needed. This chakra is needed. But moderation, this flute symbolizes life of moderation and harmony, discipline, close this, and let your life be a life of music, life of joy, life of peace, life of, celebration. What is conch then? I am not going to tell the history of the conch which Lord Krishna had his own hand. He started, when he left Vrindavan, he has never used conch, flute. He left Vrindavan, flute was there, but he never used it. Because that was a phase in his life. And just to tell you, when Lord Krishna was younger than 11 years, 10 years, some months, he left Vrindavan. Then he went to Mathura, death of Kamsa, then he went to study, Gurukulam. And when he completed his study, after that he started using this conch. Am I clear? What does this conch mean? It is also sound creating instrument, a tool. And conch symbolizes, do you know, this name of conch in Sanskrit is Shamkha. Shamkha. Sham means auspicious, Sham means divine, Sham means good, Kha is sound. Kha means space, Kha means Brahman, Kha means sound. Samkha is simple meaning is divine sound. In the beginning, I told, let us chant Om. This chanting of Om is imitation of that sound the yogis hear during their meditation. It is the imitation. That sound is continuous, non-stop, but this imitation is discontinuing because we can't breathe indefinitely. And just to tell you as an information, chanting of Om is pranayama. Chanting of Om is pranayama. Inhale, then exhale through mouth, creating this sound. Complete exhalation, the sound stops. Then you inhale, then you chant. So this is pranayama. And this is sound. Conch blowing is that divine sound which we hear in meditation. Now, come back. So in our life, we need to close and open the chakras or the moderation in chakras in daily life, and in another part of life, completely detached from all chakras, conch blowing sound. Am I clear? While meditating, while sleeping, conch blowing. Meaning, only one sound, not many sounds. This closing and opening of the chakras, if you remember yesterday, we began this discussion, this need and greed, this uncontrolled chakras represent greed, disciplined chakras symbolizes need. Uncontrolled chakras, greed, disciplined chakra, need, moderation. And that is what, and beyond all the chakras is conch blowing. We need money. I was asking somebody, have you ever seen, I have tried it with babies, giving a coin and baby holds and bring the coin back. They won't give back. Have you ever tried? I have tried with the babies. Do you know, by God's grace, all these crazy ideas come to me. Do you know, it was in 30 years ago. Exactly 30 years ago, during this monsoon time, post-monsoon, September, October, I was holding a baby in my arm. It was not even 1 year old, maybe 1 year. We had in our newly built Jagatpur Ashram, a bitter herb, very healthy. It was fresh growing. In Sanskrit, it is Chirahita. In Odia, Chiraita. Kalmeg. In homeopathy, there is a medicine Kalmeg. It's bitter, really bitter. So crazy idea came. I pressed that bit, leaf little bit in my hand and put the finger on the tongue of the baby. And the baby's face became so experiment. And the coin also. Give the coin and get it back. Not giving. We hold. This holding. When I was thinking of this greed for money or material thing, Muladhara, this greed can be in two ways. I will give you two English words. One is avarice, another is covetous. Covet, C-O-V-E-T. What does it mean, these two words? Avarice and covetousness. What?
Greed, grasping to hold.
Okay. Huh? One is, both are greed, but both are different. One is greed for material wealth. Other is greedy or trying to possess of others' wealth. I covet for. So these two are completely different. Am I clear? Human mind. We, the human beings, considered as the best. Gurudev said, we should rise above animality to humanity, humanity to rationality, rationality to divinity. I am telling, in humanity also, there is devilness. Even if we are human, we behave like devils, not even animals. We have those who come to Ashram in Texas, Temple of Compassion, we have the cows and the bull and the ox, all. So we have divine family. And sometimes they quarrel a little bit, they push their head and they do, then they lick. The lick is, and we the humans, animals, I saw, can you imagine the bullfight? India is a beautiful country, a real country of freedom. You'll say, the dogs are free, the cats are free, the snakes are free, the monkeys are free, the bulls are free. The place where I completed my most of university education, I lived in the campus. And the bulls are there. And when there will be rain, I don't know, now they might have less and less. The bulls will come and, because it is raining, they will stand on the veranda. You go by, they're very quiet. They don't do like this. Sometimes we had at that time tennis court in the front. In the tennis court, they have bullfight. Sometimes it is worth seeing. And after bullfight, I have observed when they're tired and then one is licking the other. One is licking no anger, nothing. While fighting, just really putting all effort, strength. So, but we the humans, once I dislike, for example, I'm not me. Once somebody dislikes someone, then, however, coming back to this greed, and in greed, my attachment to wealth, my attachment to material prosperity, not only attachment, I want to increase, to have more and more and more. And this attachment, do not, you have money, you spend money. There are two ways. One is you earn and spend. Nothing wrong. The other way is you earn and don't spend. There are people, those who earn and don't want to spend. It is also greed. It is, this type of greedy people are called as, do you know, miser. Miser. They have, they will not put on clothes. They have, but not spending on food or this. They have, they, in my childhood, because in village it is very, you live in a community type life. So if anybody is miser, nobody wants to see his face early in the morning. Nobody wants to see the face. Why? He's miser. The other approach is be generous, be kind. You have, I have, I'll give. In India, there was a social activist. He, while touring all over India for his work, came to Kanyakumari. Kanyakumari is a place in extreme south. So there was the rock where Swami Vivekananda meditated and had divine experience before he came to West. Not long before, but sometime before his travel to West. So he had that rock is little bit in the sea. So he went swimming. It was a little bit dangerous. I was watching the movie. I was watching the movie of Swami Vivekananda, and he saw this rock. He had a feeling to go there, and he just fixed his little clothes and started swimming. And one young man was doing his yoga. He's shouting in that movie, "Don't go, don't go, don't go." He's not listening. He went there. 3 days, I think, he stayed there without food, meditating. So it was in sometime in 1892 maybe, because in 1893 he came to USA. This social activist about whom I am talking of, in 1950s, this thought came to him, maybe during the centenary of birth centenary of Vivekananda, this thought came to him that I want to build something there. Not only in honor of Vivekananda, but also to bring a new thought among the youths of India. That was his. So he had his vision to bring. So he wanted to bring, it is called as Vivekananda Rock Memorial. He wanted. Do you know, and for this you need money. When you want to do something, for example, we wanted to build Sri Gurudev's temple in Habibpur. There is some, suppose we wanted to build the guest house there, there is need for something. So he wanted, but the thought came to him, I will not approach those who are well-to-do to pay. I will approach even the rickshaw puller, the poorest of the poor, to pay. The poorest of the poor to pay something. Maybe it's few coins, maybe 1 rupee. But I don't want big amount, big donation. He did it. He did it. And I have not been there, Kanyakumari, till now. God has not taken me. Maybe someday, God, if God wants. But it is a memory, it's a monumental construction, and he started this activity and it is going on. So the purpose of telling this, if a person gives even a little, a rickshaw puller, it is a big contribution. If we think of his income, do you know, one day I was traveling from, not I, a group, from Kumbh Mela, Allahabad to Kashi by train. It was a memorable experience. So staying one night, I think we stayed one night in Kumbh Mela. It was in 2001 maybe. I think 2001, January. So it was cold. And taking deep in the Ganga and going to the train, and it is so much crowded, millions and millions of people. You can't imagine. Here sitting, we can't imagine that type of condition. And luckily we entered to a carriage or compartment of the train. It was not for the passengers, humans. It was for to keep the baggage. And you enter, it is completely packed like, goods. Difficult to breathe. Even if it is hot, winter, it was, and the train is not moving. And people started, with the humans, when we are together, and we start to talk. And when you start talking, what shall we talk? So they started blaming government, railway, and criticizing. This, oh God, you came to a holy place. You had a holy dip. You are going back. Go back with a peaceful mind. Even if you don't want to talk, you have all these words entering your ears. Do you know what happened? The thought came to me, let us chant. So there were quite a few disciples, those who were with the group of ours. So when I started chanting, they started singing. When the voice became a little louder, other voice subsided, and the train started. They believed that because of singing, the train started, so they also joined. Do you know, when the train was about, some people are getting down on the way. It was a couple of hours journey. One old lady came to me and gave me 10 rupees and told, I have nothing more to give. You must be thirsty. You have been singing so long. You will buy water and drink. It was such a loving gesture. You can't imagine, my heart was filled with love. With that 10 rupees, I tossed my head and kept it in my pocket. So the purpose of telling, you earn money, you spend it. But there are people, those who do not want to spend, they want to keep. Keep for whom? I read a story. A rich man invited a holy man for having a dinner or some food. He came and he took him to the housetop. He said, Sir or Swami, if you look east, wherever your vision will go, all land belongs to me. This is all flower gardens. From here, flowers not only goes all over the country, it goes outside. We export a lot. If you look this side, look at this west, it's all vegetable, thousands of acres of land, all vegetables. And all varieties of vegetable, whatever you think, everything is there. And we export, telling, if you look at this north, all farmlands, rice, this, that, everything. If you look at this, thousands of acres, all forest. It's forest of all valuable wood, trees, sandalwood, teak, this, that. So he was talking all this. And he was expecting that the sadhu will tell, you are really doing an amazing job, or appreciate. When you want to show something, we expect in appreciation that you did this, you are doing this. It's so great. He looked up. He said, anything in this direction? Do you understand me? What did you understand? You have to go. Anything in this direction you have done? And this is, we want, I want this, I want this, I want this. Sri Gurudev told me when I was young, it may be more than 40 years ago. He told me, if somebody gives me, in Indian language he was telling, 1 crore rupees, 1 crore means 10 millions during those days. So during those days, 10 millions rupees, maybe during those days, maybe $1 million during those days. $1 million. If one gives me $1 million today, I can spend it now. I thought, because I was a student of economics, I thought, how can he spend $1 million during those days? Just today. How can he do it? Do you know, when I grew up a little more and more, I said, it is very easy. I felt I can also do it, because that was, do you know how you can do it? If you have no attachment, if you have no personal plan, if you have no personal ambition, if you have no, get it and spend it. Why to keep it? That is why, if I am repeating Sri Lahiri Mahasaya is saying, যত করো আয় বৃদ্ধি তত হবে দুঃখ, অর্থের আবশ্যকতা কমিলেই সুখ। যত করো আয় বৃদ্ধি তত হবে দুঃখ। The more you earn, the more the problem. Because the desire to more and more and more and more. And অর্থের আবশ্যকতা কমিলেই সুখ. Minimize your need, use it, but last year, he was not directly my professor, but when I was a student, he was teaching in some other, and he was a professor of economics. He approached me with a request. I have written a book in Odia, The Billionaires of the World. I want an introduction by you. I thought, oh God. But I had to respect him, and he gave me 2 big volumes, really big, 2 big volumes. And I went through it, because when you write some introduction or forward, you would go through it a little bit, but I read completely. I read about, can you imagine, the present world's all billionaires, whether they are from China or from India, no doubt many from USA. What is that? I was thinking, some they got from nothing. Some billionaires, from nothing they rose. But then, so greed is of 2 types. One is greed to more and more. You earn and accumulate. The other is to snatch from others, covet. Both are the vices. And one is miser, accumulate, don't use. The other one is a criminal, to snatch others, to take. To the other one, I'll tell you one story. Some of you might have heard and read. It is from the Ramayana. Also in Mahabharata, this description, same Vasishtha and Vishwamitra story. Vishwamitra, the king. Vasishtha is sage, living in the forest. The king is coming back from a conquest with his thousands of army men, and completely tired, exhausted, no food storage, no food stock with them, and they are passing through forest. They don't know how long it will take. What to do? Somebody said, nearby is the hermitage of sage Vasishtha. We can go there, but what this poor hermit will do? But they approached. Vasishtha said, welcome. Go and wash your body and take bath and come back. Everything, we are 10,000 people. He said, no problem. And they came back, and 10,000 people, royal treatment. Do you know, if somebody will be invited for dinner in the White House, you just think. The Prime Minister of India was there, and it was during Navaratri. The Prime Minister of India fasts, and he takes only hot water. That's all. And dinner is hosted for the Prime Minister of India, and he takes only hot water, and others are sitting. The food is served, but he's taking his hot water. However, these army people who never dreamt of this type of treatment, royal treatment, you just imagine everybody served with the golden plates. Everybody served. The king got shocked. Remember, greed, jealousy, and all these, they're all together. And he got victimized with all these vices. And he wanted to know what is the source of all this treasure for this hermit living in the forest he had, which I cannot do, he is doing. It is not just to know, it is jealousy. And he approached the hermit, says Vasishtha, asked, can you please tell me, I'm curious, how could we serve all this, which is amazing? He said, I have a cow. It is a special cow. And this cow fulfills whatever I need. Now came greed. If one cow is capable of feeding so many people with this type of food, with this type of arrangement, why can't I own this cow? I'm the king. He said, I want this cow. Then he said, King, this cow is a special cow. It is a ceremonial cow of hermitage. It is a gift from the divine. He said, no, I want it. He said, if you want, you can take it. When the king went to tie the cow, he told the army people, the cow came politely to the hermit. And it is said that the cow asked, are you really giving me to the king? He said, no, he wants. That's all. The cow understood. Do you know what happened? The cow became so furious, defeated the entire army of the king. The king left humiliated, ran away. Everybody with alone the cow was capable of. And now again becomes, I am powerful king. I wanted this We are defeated from a cow and defeat. It is, somebody say, it is not the cow. It is the power of, sadhana, the spiritual energy of that rishi. Then I should have, jealousy, competition. I should have. If he has, I should have. Why can't I be superior to him? And I don't want to go further. Jealousy, jealousy, jealousy. With jealousy to do sadhana, he did. I want to be better than him. Competition. There is competition in the material world. There is, next year there will be election, isn't it? In USA? Yeah. Next year also in India. So competition. We want power, we want power, we want power. I know one family. When I was young, many times they invited me to have food at their home. Sometimes I spent night with them. We meditated and had satsang, and the entire family. So the husband was the professor, wife is the housewife. 2 sons studying engineering, and the daughter was in my college where I was teaching. So many times the daughter is at home. The wife gets up early in the morning, prepares food for the 2 sons. They will go to the engineering college. Food for the husband, he will go to teach. Like this. So she is busy in the morning. She has very less time to meditate. And once everything is done, everybody is gone, she sits for meditation. And the daughter knows when she is meditating. And when the father will come, will ask the daughter, how long did mom meditate? She said, 4 hours. 4 hours? Then I should meditate 6 hours. They had competition between, it's nice competition. It is not jealousy, and both provided opportunity for each other to meditate. Morning time, you meditate nicely, daytime I will meditate. And they both meditated like this. It was so happy to see this. I spent some time with them. So, however, greed for money, one is, I told, avarice. The other is covetousness, too. Now, let us stop there. Greed for money, we understood. And let us think, how much do I need? Now come to the second chakra. There is also greed. Greed for enjoyment, physical enjoyment I mean, is lust. L-U-S-T, lust. This is also greed. And mind is not content. It is, again in the Mahabharata, when there was a king. He was prince. And he had gone to the forest for hunting also. He heard the voice of one young woman seeking help. And when he went to rescue her, he rescued her, and she was in a deep ditch, and brought her out. Then, who are you? Why you are here? She said, I am the daughter of the guru of the Asuras, Acharya Sukra. And he was a great Brahmin, a rishi, and very powerful spiritually. So we came for swimming in the river, and me, wait. Yeah. Me and my friend, the friend was a Asura king's daughter, the princess. So we had little tussle, and she pushed me like this, I fell in, and she left. You are the first young man who touched my body. I want to marry you. So this young king was Yajati. I don't want to tell this story too long. If you want to read, you can find somewhere this. So he told, you should ask your father, and father agreed, and father was, this daughter was crying near the father and wanted to, again, anger, jealousy, revenge. He said, she demanded, because she was the motherless child. So daughter was very close to the, mother was very close, father was very close to the daughter. And told, you leave this king. He said, look, if don't leave, then these she demanded. So this news came to the king. King was apologetic. Then she cooled down, but she said, prince will be my maidservant. Princess. The princess will be my maidservant. And the father told, you are telling maidservant, you are going to get married with the king, if there will be any relationship of the king with this maidservant. And this happened. He got married with this young Rishi's daughter, and the princess as the maidservant. And it happened with the king, whatever father forecasted. This, I don't want to elaborate more, that the king later on is telling, even one enjoys more and more, desire is never fulfilled. Desire gets more accumulated, more, burning. So there is no end to it. So this is the second chakra. Now, greed for women, greed for men, greed for possession, greed for pleasure, physical pleasure, is lust. And one who is victim of L-U-S-T, lust, is L-O-S-T, lust. Then, navel chakra. When I was a schoolboy, I heard, it was in my school book. I don't remember the author's name. It was an English poem. The Mouse and the Cake. I don't know how many of you have read it. The Mouse and the Cake. A mouse, young mouse, found a plum cake. And there is description how delicious the plum cake is. I asked my school teacher, what is plum? Because I didn't know. And in our locality, normally plum was not available. And during those days also, if you think of early 70s, and sometimes in past part of 70s. So he said, about 50 years ago, he said some kind of fruit. That's all. And it is not now, you can search in internet or in the mobile telephone and you can find the picture, you can show. Do you know, when I discovered plum, when I came to West in 1994, I saw plum. When I saw plum, then that plum cake. And then I remembered, this plum was there in my sister's marriage for the dinner. Because they made some sweet dish, sweet sour. And its Hindi name is aloo bukhara. I didn't know this. It was there in India, but I didn't know that this is plum. English, because my teacher said plum. Yes, another thing I asked my teacher, because I never saw this cake. In India, in Odisha, we have cake. We have few varieties of cake. One, Odishan cheesecake, very delicious. It is not the cheesecake here. is Odishan cheesecake. The other is the regular cake baked in fire. So during this time we have palm trees and palm fruits, big. And we call that palm tree, I think it must be English, palmyra. It is such big fruit, like coconut. And when it is ripe, it has lot of pulp. We collect the pulp and make cake out of it, bake it in fire. I asked my teacher, is plum like palm? He said, a kind of. So that was in my head from 1970s till 1994. And in 1994, when I saw this plum is this and which I knew, and I couldn't think how they make cake out of plum. And plum has many varieties. I don't know if you know it. Plum family. I'm not a, I studied botany for a short time. Those who, plum, prune, apricot, peach, nectarine, all these, and so they all belong to one family. And plum can be very sour, and plum can be prune, very sweet. So, however, this mouse got the plum cake. He stole. And when he stole this cake, he did not want to share it with anybody. This is the theme of that poem. Waited for all to go. And he ate and 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 finished. And then, pain and pain and pain and pain. Do you know what happened? He was crying. And the family members came and they took him to doctor. The doctor wanted to know what happened to you and describe. So he demonstrated what happened. Doctor said, if I would have been the poet, I would have changed it a little bit. But the poem ends that doctor said, because of your selfishness, greed, you are to suffer. No medicine can help you. You are to die. And the mouse died. It was a sad ending. If I would have been, I think it was she, the author. I don't remember. I can verify. It is in my computer. So I would have changed a little. I would have changed. The doctor said, okay, but the treatment is painful. You will recover, but never be greedy. Message is share with others. Don't be greedy. Don't consume everything yourself. So, however, this is, let us stop today from here. We'll conclude tomorrow. This thinking on greed in money, greed in second chakra, greed in food, greed here and here. So let us close our eyes. With deep love, let us think of God and Sri Gurudev. Let us pray to God and Gurudev to make our mind more content. Let my mind be free from greed and temptation. Let my mind be more kind and caring. Let my heart be more compassionate and charitable. Let us chant Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah. Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah. Sarve Santu Niramayah. Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu. Akasit Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I bow to God. I bow to all the divine incarnations. I bow to all the masters of all times and all places. I bow to my beloved Gurudev. I bow to all of you. I bow to the entire creation as the living presence of God. Let there be peace, progress, and prosperity everywhere. Om Amen.